Hi folks, welcome back. Money Rider here again. Going to talk about the weekend's racing. Lots to talk about, so let's get cracking. First of all, guys, the Cotswold Chase winner. What do we reckon? Impressive?
Very impressive. Very impressive. We spoke last week about Bristol De Mai. I thought it was a one-horse race. I will be honest, I'm a big fan. Didn't quite work out for him. No excuses. The ground was exactly as he would like. I didn't think he ran badly. He jumped well enough. I think he jumped well enough.
Bad race,
but I just think ultimately got beaten by a better horse.
Yeah.
2 out. I thought Bristol De Mai looked to be cruising.
Yeah. Didn't seem to be too much trouble.
No. As I say, definitely Red seemed to go off pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
American stuck with him. It was actually perfect candidate. It was Fergal O'Brien's horse that actually made the majority of the running, but
tried to really make it.
In the end, just sort of ran out of the legs. And it was funny. We were saying we watched the race back a couple of times. Danny Cook looked like he was struggling. A couple of fences out, had him off the bridle, but it ultimately just took a couple of slaps down the back. Went off. Cruised over the last couple and
won it comfortably.
Yeah, won it quite comfortably.
Well, he's definitely been in fine form. 3 wins from 6 this year so far.
And that's an impressive record. At this stage of any horse's outlook leading up to Cheltenham, 50% strike weight. You take that any day.
Exactly.
I mean, that's good going.
You'd bank that any day of the week, wouldn't you?
Yeah, as you say, stats-wise, it wasn't overly unexpected.
No, not at all. Not at all. The form has obviously been there.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was talked up as Bristol's race to lose.
Yeah.
And lose it he did, unfortunately. But quick mention as well on Kim Bailey's horse Last Samurai, who we backed. Well, I know I've backed a couple of times in the last national. Consistent sort that usually gets you a place out of it.
Yeah.
Stayed on very well for fourth. Looked like he might nab Bristol De Mai for the placings right at the last minute. But again, I assume the national was the next target there.
I'd imagine so for that horse. And he's a horse that has got good form at the festival. Well, at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
We've witnessed him a couple of times. He does run on well for the places. He is a very strong finisher of a horse. I mean, this time...
Well, I actually went against Bristol De Mai and definitely Red. I actually backed the American. I think he done well enough. Was a bit disappointed in the race before that, but I just felt it was a good horse, and class is permanent. You know what I mean? I just thought, maybe it's this time to come right now.
But it was a horse that finished last year very strong.
Yeah.
I mean, he won 2 of his last races at the end of last year by over 10 lengths. Made the running on most of those occasions. Yet he hasn't taken that tactic this year.
Right.
I've noticed. Last year he was a very good 3-mile horse from what I could remember.
Yeah.
And he made the running. Whereas this time, I think he pulled up his last race this year.
He was, yeah.
And he's still yet to really regain any of that. He ran a solid race, obviously, ahead of Bristol, but obviously Bristol De Mai is a bit of a hot topic this time of year. Is he not?
Definitely. I think the problem that you've got with Bristol De Mai, we touched on this earlier actually before we started. Same as last year, any backers of Bristol De Mai will start to notice a bit of a pattern.
I think a lot of people would have backed him.
Yeah, but anything from the start of the winter up until Christmas, you're pretty much guaranteed a run out of him. I don't know whether it's just a case that he sort of burns himself out from the turn of the year.
Has been questioned, doesn't it? Whether he's an early season horse or...
all of his best running. Obviously, best running comes when it's absolutely sopping wet, but whether he does all of his best running before the start of the year and just literally has nothing else in the tank. Something to consider, because as I say, this is the 2nd year running. We've noticed that sort of pattern.
We've got a few statistics here actually. Looking back to the 2015-2016 season, he won 4 wins and 6 second places before that. This year, he's down to 3 wins, no seconds, 2/3 and 3/5. So, is he declining?
Well, I mean, and there was no excuse again. You can say, yes, he may decline this part of the season. He is a horse that really goes hell to leather at the beginning of his season. And he does put in a shift. And, he's proven with the way he dismantled Q Card, and we've spoken about things like that. The ground, you can't even use the ground as an excuse. He got the ground he wanted. The rain even came the morning on Saturday to aid
his
cause, to strengthen his aid in the betting, and yet still somehow third. I just don't think third is enough.
No,
that's not a strong race. A very deserved winner.
Yeah.
The way he ran his race and then just put him to bed 2 out. A very deserved winner, but at the same time, a very disappointing run again at this time of year.
When you expect him to be building up.
A horse you want more from.
No, 100%. Again, a couple of quotes from Nigel Twiston-Davies. He said he literally said he's scratching his head as to what the issue actually is. They'll do a few more vet checks, as you would expect to do, because he's had his problems. But the ground was there, distance was there. Competition-wise, although definitely Red did very, very well to win it, you would expect Bristol De Mai to actually win.
He actually beat him last year on the 4th of November, and Black Lion was second. And Defended Your End was third. So obviously there's been a turnaround somewhere along the line there.
It was,
and he's a horse that's never out of it. Definitely Red is, he may have come third behind those, but he's not out of his depth.
No.
As he proved, I still believe Bristol De Mai run below par.
Yeah.
As I think a lot of people do, and the betting would suggest that he should have won that with some ease. There were very good horses in that race, but he should have won that with some ease. Something must have been amiss, or there is just that mid-season hoodoo that he just cannot seem to get rid of.
It is either that, so again we touched on last week. I mean, anything that beats Q Card by 57 lengths should be winning races like that.
Yes.
So again, I am gonna, because again I'm a big fan, I will defend him. I will be amazed if there wasn't something amiss. As I said, the owners, the trainers are all sort of scratching their head at the moment as to what the actual, what the issues are. But again, I say I'll be amazed if something doesn't.
But as someone obviously new to the sport, I've seen some fantastic racing from him, so I can't help but
feel that was a decent.
But I feel something's not right because
again, that's what leads me to believe that.
I've been impressed. Let's put it that way. So far.
But he's a very impressive horse. I mean, relentlessly over the years that we've been watching him, he's come through and he is a very, very good horse, but he just can't seem to shake past January.
No.
Or now and then.
But
for some reason, he just puts in such a shift up till January, early part.
It's crazy to say, but maybe that is just the issue. Literally, he's done all his running up until the new year, and then nothing else to work with. Who knows? So Nigel's a very shrewd man. I'm sure they'll sit down and have a chat with the owners about where to go next. He's got 3 entries for Aintree, not necessarily the national, but he has been entered in the national actually, which is very interesting. Whether he'll get the distance, there's no guarantee that he'll get the ground. So again, something to look at, but there's options for Aintree.
They might just feel that he's a bit more comfortable in that zone, maybe.
Who knows?
If they settle him in, then there's every chance a horse of that quality can win the national. We're not saying he can't. Ground probably again will be a bit speculative for him because he's. I was going to say that's going to be it's going to be odd. It will be good. You'll be lucky if you get good to soft. Can Bristol De Mai run on that? Can he cope 4 mile over that?
No,
I don't think so.
Ultimately, the odds will tell punters what the chances are of him winning that race. I would be amazed if he actually ran the national. I think he'll probably go for another option at Aintree on that day. But whether it'll be the national, I strongly doubt. But who knows? We've been wrong before. We'll be right again.
So, anyway, moving on. We can't let the weekend go while I'm talking about Girl Power. Obviously, good wins for Lizzie Kelly and Bryony Frost. Beating a few of the two-tone greens, much to your disappointment over the weekend, Sean.
Very much so.
Good run on Agripar. 3-length win. Got to be happy with that.
Again, as I say, I think we're all on Holstone, to be perfectly honest with you. And Lammy Surge, Bristol De Mai, again, I thought we were going to have it up with the Trixie's, doubles, bankers,
etc. It was a lucky 15 waiting to happen. It all did just fall apart.
I certainly thought so. And again, it was actually very endemic of how how these horses have been running lately. It looked to be cruising, coming over the last. Lizzie Kelly, to her benefit, she literally dug in. Just literally had more up the running. But honestly, I thought the race was. I did think the race was won, but no, fair play to him.
Holstone claimed it. I just didn't see any other winner bar Holstone coming over that last. I don't understand why the button weren't pressing.
Well, he looked very impressive in his last race. Yeah. Well, not very, really impressive in his last race.
Considering Agrippa was working on it, I mean, Lizzie Kelly had to dig deep. And we know she does. I mean, the female jockeys at the moment, they will put in the shift at the moment, and I don't understand.
Do seem to get something out of which is that sometimes the guys don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how or why, but
maybe you women just try harder. Maybe that's maybe that's what it is. That's what we get told anyway.
But he did. I mean, Jacob had everything underneath him. It seemed like.
Yeah.
He didn't seem. I don't know. He just didn't seem like he needed to go yet. And then when he did seem to go and press the button,
too late.
There was nothing.
Really.
Well, the tank was empty.
We saw something similar, didn't we, a few weeks ago? In was it the long walk that Sam Spinner won? Same thing with Lammy Surge. Absolutely cruising. Button gets pressed too late, and ultimately the horse. Just didn't want to go like that.
Another 2-time green light.
But yeah, exactly, same scenario. So whether it's just a tactic thing, but again, they all just seem to be on the bridle, cruising, and
I bet they expected a big weekend and didn't get it.
Well, we did.
I think a lot of people have been on the same sort. I mean, when you look at the betting and you look at horses such as Bristol De Mai, you had Lammy Surge, you had Holstone, you had who else was on there? How can we forget? Cannot remember who the other one was, but there was a couple on there. Lammy Surge, you had Bristol De Mai, Holstone,
Indian Hawk
was the other one that I fancy. And to say that one disappointed was an understatement.
Finished 8th, to be honest.
I mean, it just didn't work well. But
one of our ones to watch. Sorry about that.
We won't be going over that one again.
If we can remember them, that is.
But like we say, Lizzie Kelly, she dug deep, and that is a horse. Again, turned the tables. I believe, and she, you know, like you say, she got more out of it than Daryl Jacob had. Come Saturday,
absolutely
cantering up.
Absolutely. So we've got to give Bryony a mention as well.
Yeah.
What a great ride that was.
Fantastic.
One that I backed, one that you backed as well. Not Sean, you missed that vote.
Not one of mine on that.
Yeah, no, in fair to us, that was one of our ones to watch for Money Riders Weekend. Not that we, take any kind of from that. You take what you want. Yeah, very impressive. Did very, very well. Kept the inside line. Stayed out of the muddy grounds.
Big win, big win.
Yeah, very shrewd.
Comfortable
win.
Yeah, very shrewd. As I say, took the lead going 2 out, and it looked like there was only going to be one winner. And I think she ended up cruising away by 17 lengths in the end. So very impressive. The thing I love about Bryony as well, she always looks like she's enjoying herself.
She loves it.
Oh yeah, it looks like
every time, every she's full credit to the horses.
Yeah,
she's very much loving the sport. She's proud of what she's sat on. You know, and I tell you, she doesn't have it easy. If you look at a lot of her rides, she has to work really hard. Even 4 out. She's off that bridle. A long way.
We'll mention, I say, she was taking £5, but take nothing away from her. She's been riding Black Horton of late, which she doesn't get any claim on as well, and she's been winning. So 17 lengths. You're not going to tell me that £5 was the difference between 17 lengths. She was winning that race regardless. But she just always looks so. Every race afterwards, when you speak to her, she's very approachable, and she looks like every race she's just won at Cheltenham.
She's absolutely delighted every time.
Loving life.
Absolutely. She's very much a Saturday girl at the moment. I mean, if you go into any of the Saturday big racing, she's quite a nice couple. One, if not 2, and I tell you, they're not small prices.
Quickly becoming a Money Rider favourite.
Very much so. Justified as well.
Managed to rack up 3 wins from 12 already so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope she keeps the ride. I do hope she keeps the ride.
She was saying that there's a possibility she might
there's an
pick
entry.
the ride.
Well, there's an entry for the Ascot Chase in 3 weeks' time. Paul Nicholls has obviously thrown him straight in, and why not after a performance like that? It is a race he's won a couple of times before with Silviniaco Conti and Corto Star as well. I know. Obviously, we're not comparing Corto Star with Frodon, but just want to put that out there.
They are very much a league of their own, so to speak.
Before any Corto fans come in and start. That wasn't a comparison. That was just a race. That was just a race fact. But Nicholls was very honest. Sam's won on him before. Harry Cobden's won on him before. So he's got a decision to make. But I hope she keeps it.
But that wouldn't be the wrong decision.
No, I don't.
Either way, would it? I mean,
she's put the effort in.
I think whether she gets it or not, that wouldn't be the wrong decision.
No.
Again, there's an argument for don't fix something that's not broken. But
absolutely,
if you've got 3 top jockeys, which Paul is lucky to have, then it's it's a headache, but a good headache.
Yeah,
but just hope he gets it right, because if he gets that wrong, then there'll be questions
asked.
asked.
Yeah, be a few upset
yeah,
people.
absolutely. But, no, all the best to us, as I say. Very quickly becoming a money rider favourite, and long may it continue.
Yeah, definitely. Well, obviously we're going to talk about the Gold Cup. Quickly before we do that, we had an email in from Brian. He hasn't told us where, but thanks for your email. He was wondering and saying, do the guys think that Henderson is avoiding Nodi Kashmir Fahim with Bouvedere? Do you think he's
I think it's a good question.
Yes,
because
is the answer.
Yeah, I would say yes. If you look at the prize money, I mean, you were looking at the prize money difference between the Sandown race that he's actually entered for and the Champion Hurdle is quite a gulf in difference.
Yeah, you're talking about prize money of 150 grand compared to 30 grand. Now, in fairness to Nicky, and I will say in fairness, because this again is another very shrewd man. Argument being, I would imagine that this close to Cheltenham, do you want to be travelling over to Ireland this close before a Champion Hurdle? I would assume that is probably the reason why he wouldn't take the race, which I can understand.
I still feel that is, considering how close the Trainers' Championship can be, prize money of 150,000 is valuable money, isn't it? And if people, and I know I speak from very, very much Mullins camp and very much in love with Fahim. If anyone knows me, that I worship that thing as much as Matt Chapman goes on about it. I can rival that man's passion for the right? And if they honestly think Bouvedere has got it in him to take on that horse for 150,000, that you'd send it. Is that not a good? Would you not? Because we can't even say if Fahim will run, and if he does, will he be Fahim of the past?
Well, yeah. I mean,
so are they running scared? If they might know something.
Well, the thing is as well, there's question marks over Fahim after his last run.
Yeah.
Something was again obviously amiss.
He all sat there waiting, and
it just didn't look like
sad.
Just didn't look like he fancied it. In fairness, didn't look like anything was really major
which we've seen before.
But no, the early stories coming out from trackside, there wasn't really a lot wrong.
No, just didn't look like
no vets or anything. No. So what can you say on that one? I mean, there's no excuse for him. Like you say, like anyone, some people just don't turn up for work sometimes, and he didn't fancy it.
No.
But again, for the punters, Nicky either feels that it's a race not worth taking on.
It's understandable if he doesn't go. Yeah, I understand travelling
or he's got such confidence in everything else that he's sending to Cheltenham that he doesn't need to go. But if that is the case, Nicky, we'll have a few freebies. Some of us are still going to work, but. No, I don't know. So that's the only reason that I can think of, is that literally it's a travelling thing. If that is the reason, then fair play, that does make sense. Would you want to be sending your top champion hurdler over to Ireland a few weeks before Cheltenham? Probably not. From a betting point of view,
it's a shame.
It is a shame. It is a shame. But again, if Bouvedere had gone there and bolted up, there'd be no, there's no odds for him at the moment for Cheltenham. It would have only got worse.
Yeah.
If Fahim turned the tables and beat him out of sight, then we'd have a backable.
Of course
we'd have a backable hurdle for the first time in a few years. But
well, I mean, Fahim won't have it all his own way. I mean, from what I hear, definitely decides going out there as well. Or we'll be racing against him. But then again, if he takes that field apart, and he takes definitely apart, it will make Cheltenham interesting. He needs to turn. We need Fahim. Well, I need for him to turn up on Saturday and do what I know he can do.
Yeah.
To just make day one of the festival worth that little bit more while.
Yeah.
It will be one hell of a race with them. So.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Defi Dessau was disappointing last time out as well, but take nothing away from he's obviously a class performer.
Yeah.
If Fahim does beat him out of sight, then again expect those odds to shoot.
I think you'd probably say that racing needs Fahim in form.
It needs him this year in terms of a champion hurdle if you're going to have any sort of race, because I don't see anything else that's going to come close to Bouvedere, if at all Fahim does. Again, this weekend will tell you an awful lot in terms of what kind of matchup that's going to be. As I say, if Fahim runs an absolute stinker, then you've got no race whatsoever on the Tuesday when we're there. But we will see. But so to answer your question, right?
Brian, it was,
Do I think he's avoided it? Yes, but do I think he's got good reason?
For the right
Yes,
reasons.
100%. I would agree with Nicky on this occasion.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's capped that off, Brian, nicely for you. So let's move on. Gold Cup then.
Gold Cup.
Where are we going with that then, boys? I think we're all pretty much in agreement.
Yeah, I think it's my advice to lose.
I think it's 100% from the Money Rider team here that Mike Bite is going to win. We hope.
Yeah. That is an exclusive because we never agree on anything.
Yeah, we rarely do, but
that took a lot.
Yeah,
don't get used to that.
Obviously, going off a favourite, definitely heading from 50s into 20s.
It's a big gamble.
That's a massive shuffle, and you can see why
and
after the weekend. Yeah. But for an each way bet at 20s, I mean, I wish I took 50s now, but for an each way bet at 20 to 1 after that, I do think it's Mike Bites to lose. I think we're all agreed on that. Only thing that again we touched on earlier was his quirks when it comes to Cheltenham and being out on his own.
If that happens again in a much stronger field, we get to know who's going to turn up. Because Sizing John, still question marks over his ability. Native River, who I really can't wait to see, and yet still, I mean, if anyone knows of any runs that he's got coming up, or because I've not seen anything at the moment, who I would be excited about to take on that Gold Cup, which will be Tizard's only hope of what is turning out to be a really dismal season for him at the moment.
Yeah, he's
with injuries and underperformances. He needs Native River to be there. So, I mean,
why do you think he's holding him back? Is there a reason?
I hope so. I don't know at the moment. Like I say, if anyone knows of any more information, I have not come across any as yet, but he needs in there, and that will be a horse that can compete.
Yeah,
and that will be a horse that
think might need a run before those. You're going to need something.
Yeah, you can't go into the Gold Cup with no real run under your belt. To be honest, it's a real gamble. But like we were saying, Mike Bite and his quirks, if he keeps right again, and one hell of a way
he went. Get trampled last year.
I was just going to say, we were running from the fence. Everyone's heading towards a Guinness tent.
He was literally, wasn't he? Right.
Yeah. So if he does that
way anyway.
If he does that again, he gets beat. Because this is a stronger field than just Whisper, the only one coming over the fence. The only one that was close to him.
Yeah.
This is a much tougher, or has the ability to be a much tougher field. So if he gets his jumping right, and he sorts his quirks out, and Nico can settle him in, it has to be his to lose.
Yeah, I certainly think so. So I think it's there for the taking. There are obviously some quality horses that will be in that race as well. Take nothing away from them, but the way I see him go in the King George as well. Again, you can say that there were a few that were disappointing, and a few that didn't turn up that you sort of hoped would turn up, but. We'll see. Let's see how Sizing John does before. Who's obviously going to have another run as well at some point.
Again, of course, it will need to after the last performance, but they will get another run in, which will be a right eye opener to see. What sort of shape that horse is in.
He's not a bad horse, is he? Let's be honest.
No.
Not by any means.
Won 3 Gold Cups, didn't he, last year?
Again,
some going.
Can he turn it around?
Hopefully.
Can he find that old?
Hopefully, because if nothing else, we want to race.
You want the best there.
Gold Cup is massive. I mean, if you're looking at the betting now, just to give you some sort of idea, you've got Mike Bite out there at 7 to 2 on his own, Sizing John at 13 to 2. But obviously, again, if he puts in an absolute stormer of a run between now and then,
you can only see that going.
You can halve that. And then you've got 10 to 1s and 10 to 1s and 12s bar the rest.
10 to 1.
Yeah, again, definitely Redu again. We've spoken about 20 to 1. That was 50. So, really.
Some people impressed by obviously.
Absolutely. Again, I mean, I don't think they had much choice but to carry that in after that.
Absolutely, yeah.
But to have done that run up the Cheltenham Hill in boggy weather for a horse that goes well on good to soft as well, by the way, he's not just a horse that likes it a bit dirty underfoot. You know what I mean? He's a horse that can go on good ground. So he could get what we said before as the Cheltenham weather. Where it is around good to soft. He could get that in his favour. So to be slashed those odds to that is understandable.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few there. As I say, at the moment, it's the betting would suggest that it is a one-horse race. I'm sure it's far from that.
It's never that way, is it? The Gold Cup.
But some backable odds in a Gold Cup, which we like. 33s for Bristol De Mai as well, by the way. So if it does absolutely hammer down the night before, feel free
might be
to
a chance.
As I say, I won't give up on him just yet. You've got Jackadan who's also entered in there always very consistent.
Good odds,
place money, but yeah, as I said, from our point of view, I think Mike
I think we're in agreement. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Mike Bye.
I think so. Yeah. Is there anything close enough at the moment? Probably not. But is there someone capable? Probably yes.
Yeah,
we will see.
Well, we know Size and John, but again,
we will see. We're all high fives on Mike Bye for now.
Yes,
things change very quickly, so
definitely.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, I think that pretty much covers most of the things that we watched at the weekend. Obviously, there was plenty of racing on over the weekend, but I think that kind of covers us off for everything that we watched. So, again, we'd love to hear from you and get your thoughts on the subjects and the topics we talked about. We've got a couple of new pieces up on the website for anyone that's sort of new to the sport, a bit like myself. I'm just getting into it. So we've put up a sort of a basic guide to racing, just the difference between flats and jumps. And then very recently we've just put up a small guide regarding betting, just explaining a few of the basics of a betting slip, what you're looking for, what the numbers and the figures mean. So if you want to have a look at that, get on there and have a look. Our forums are still there, obviously. Get involved in that. Let us know what you think. Comment on the videos. Follow the links and stuff like that. And hopefully we'll get some more people involved in the debate.
Are we doing the ones to watch again this weekend? Is that something we'll do?
We'll have another one coming up.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Another good eye opener for Cheltenham. So
absolutely,
we'll get a couple of them out there.
Yeah, again, not tips, just some some big horses that we think.
Yeah, just the ones we like, basically. Ones we expect to do well. Obviously, they might not, and they might surpass some.
We are not experts by any means.
Absolutely.
Far from it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I say, get involved. All the details are there. You can get us on the website, www.moneyrider.co.uk, at money_rider on Twitter, and search us for Money Rider blog on Facebook, and you'll find us there. And again, drop us an email, like Brian did. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again next time.
See you later, guys.
See you later.